here at 4051 Cartwright Avenue in Studio City, California, running through a 3-inch mainline cleanout in the backyard. We're going to pull back and show the condition of the pipe. As you can see right here, you've got a joint that's pretty offset, and you've got several of them in the 4-inch clay line, and then you come back into the cast iron and has a lot of root intrusion. It's just rotted out. You got holes all in the cast iron. It's growing right through the pipe. And also you've got a lot of joints in the 4-inch clay that are growing right through the joints. So we're going to pull back and show the condition, and then we're going to go out in front and run through the clean out in the front. Joint that we just passed, separated and offset just a tiny bit. And then we have another joint coming up that has heavy root intrusion. That's actually a break in the pipe. You can see the crack right at the left-hand side, and it goes all the way around, and that joint's separated as well and offset. Pull back the next joint. We've got some heavy root intrusion in there. We've cut some out, another offset in the pipe, the separation. Come back to the next joint. We have an offset. We have some root intrusion in there as well up towards the top. That joint didn't look too bad. That joint looks to be fair. Looks to be in fairly good condition. There's a couple of good joints, but there's quite a few bad ones. That joint's okay. We have another offset joint a little bit and separated, and some heavy root intrusion in that joint. Next joint wasn't too bad there. Just a little bit of an offset, not bad. Next joint looks to be pretty good. We have a crack in the pipe. You can see it all the way around. There is no joint there, but there's a crack with no root intrusion at this point. And the next joint looked to be okay right past it. That next joint again, another one looked to be pretty decent. That joint separated a little bit, but not terribly. Next joint has a little bit of separation and offset, but not bad at all. And we have another joint that has heavy root intrusion, a little bit of separation there. We have another joint that's offset. We had some pretty heavy root intrusion around it that we cut out. You can see the remnants of it. Next joint looks to be pretty good. Next joint looks to be fair. And then we have another joint that's heavily root intruded and separated a little bit. And then another joint that has root intrusion all the way around that we cut out. And a little bit broken at the bottom. You can even see pieces of the clay at the bottom, just a little bit. We have another joint that has root intrusion that's offset and separated. That joint looks to be decent condition. Now we're making a turn. That joint actually has a piece missing out of it at the top. Has a piece of clay missing out of it at the top, and is separated and offset. That that pipe is cracked right there. See the crack all the way around at the bottom, goes from side to side, and the roots are growing right through the pipe. And this is the cast iron to clay connection, which we're going to mark right now. We're going to mark this joint and find out exactly where it is outside the house. I will take care of the situation, and I really appreciate you telling me. Thanks again, David. Michael. Okay, we're going to pull back now, show the condition of the cast iron piping that is underneath the house still. And the cast iron pipe underneath the house is pretty deteriorated. It's got a lot of holes in it. It's got pinholes and larger holes. The roots are just growing through the pipe, not even the joints. There's one joint where the roots are getting in a little bit in the cast iron. As we pull back, you'll see how pitted the cast iron is. There's roots in the top right there hanging down that are growing right through the piping, or it's just rotted through. And you got some more up at the top, some more roots hanging down, growing through the cast iron. And again, a few feet back, you got some more roots growing, and more again, just growing into the pipe. Right there again, pretty heavy. Growing right through the pipe again. Now we're coming back into the ABS plastic. This is the newer pipe that was installed. And this is all in good condition.